Hi friends, good day. Today I am taking out first problem number 7. Problem number 7. From the following particulars, make up an account current to be rendered by Mr. X to Y on 31st December 14, taking interest into account at the rate of 18% per annum. Balance owing by Mr. Y. Goods sold to Y. Credit period allowed 1 month. Goods purchased from Y. Cash received from Y. Y accepted X draft at 3 months date. You are required to prepare account current according to interest on individual transaction under forward and backward method. I told you in the beginning that um, interest on individual transactions is nothing but here we are working out on product method. It's called as product of, because backward method, forward method is there only in the case of product. It is also called as product of individual transaction method. We say product method, no, it is also called as product of individual transactions. Product of individual transaction. So under product method or product of individual transaction. So backward method is possible only under product of individual transaction. I told you interest tables method is different. Product, whenever he is saying forward and backward method, obviously is referring to product of individual transaction method. So now whatever the so far we have learned, the methods is nothing but forward method. So I think this is a simple problem. I need not discuss much about. We have been doing from last few days. So what I do directly is that I will be taking you to the drawing lines. Who is sending the account current? First of all, tell me. To be rendered by X to Y means Y in account current with Mr. X. Okay, that we'll write. So we start doing this first. Seventh problem. See here, we are having epoch method and forward method. No, it is also called as product of. Just for you have to have an idea. Suppose in the examination, without having any confusion, product of individual transaction method. Here we are doing forward method. Forward method. So let us start writing here. The heading Mr. Y in account current with Mr. Y in account current with Mr. X. Interest up to we got the date here 31st December 2014. Interest up to 31st December 14 at the rate of the rate that has been given 18% per annum. 18% per annum. Okay, last class we have seen the same way we are going for it. So first column as usual we write date, particulars, we write then due date, due date, date, particular due date, number of days, or we can say days, number of days, amount, product, date, particulars, due date, number of days, amount, product. Clear to all of you? Right. Now let us see the problem. Balance owing by Mr. Y rendered by X to Y. Balance owing by Y means in simple words we are opening in the books of X. Now you are having confusion, you can see like this. In the books of X I am opening which account? Y account. Balance owing by Y, balance owing to means balance due to Y. Balance owing by Y means balance amount is due from Y. So it shows which balance? Debit balance. So date column 1st July 2014. 1st July 2014. I'm having amount of to balance brought down, amount is 600 rupees. Okay, due date 1714 only. We calculate number of days later on. To balance brought down has been completed. Then next let us look. Goods sold to Y, credit period allowed 1 month. Goods sold to Y means entry Y account at R to sales. Date 30th July. To sales account. Here he is saying credit period is allowed is saying only goods sold. It's no need to add 3 days. Only 3 grace days is to be added only for 3 grace days is to be added only for, come on tell me. 3 grace days added only to be for bills of exchange. So 30 days, 30th July, and 1 month means it is coming to 30th August. So 30th August. Whereas your closing date is 31st December. So no negative here. Then we got the next transaction. Goods purchased from Y. So entry purchase account at R to Y. So by date is here. Previous one amount is 300. 1st August. By purchases, due date he says that 1 month. 1 month means it is coming to 1st September. First September 16. Amount is 200 rupees. Amount is 200 rupees. Then come back to the next one. Cash received from Y. Entry cash account at R to Y. Y cash 1st September for 100 rupees. So I told you due date is not given. We shall assume for transaction date Generally, due date will be there for purchases, sales, or bills of exchange. For cash received, cash paid, you don't have any due date. That you can take it for granted. Then next one, Mr. Y accepted X draft. That means who is receiving that? Y is receiving. Y has accepted, drawn. The person who draws a bill is called as drawer. Who is drawing the bill? X is drawing the bill. So that means who is accepting Y? Y is a drawee. Entry, bills receivable account at R2 Y account. If you got any doubt, you can write bills receivable account at R2 Y account. So in Y account, 1st September 14, buy bills receivable account. Now due date, he has given the date that we need to calculate 3 days here. So 1/9/14 plus how many months? 3 months. 3 months, 3 grace days. It is coming to 4th December 2014. I am closing my account on 31st. So no question of any negative. This is average. This is a due date. Okay, 3 days, 3 months. 4th December 2014. So buy bills receivable. Amount is 400. 4th December 2014 you have to calculate. Come on, take the number of days. 1st July we can start. I told you opening balance, that date also to be included. Or for this you can go for calculation, working notes, calculation of due date. I think by this time you are comfortable. I am not writing the number of days how you need to calculate. Otherwise you can go for working note. 1st July means how many days are there, including for opening balance. I told you that the date of opening date also to be included. I have given the note in the previous classes. So 31st July, August 31st, September 30, October 31st, November 30, December 31. 31 plus 31 plus 30. So July, August, September is completed. October 31, November 30, December 31. It is coming to 184 days. 184 days. 184 days into 600. It is coming to 1,10,400. Next, calculate number of days. 30th July. 30th August. 30th August means August only. August 1 day. August 1 day. September 30. October 31. November 30. December 31. It is coming to 123 days. 123 days into 300. It is coming to 36,900. Next, similarly calculate here. 1st September 14. September how many days? 30. 30 minus 1, 29. 29 September. October 31. November 30. December 31. It is coming to 1st September, no? Yeah, 1st September, yeah, it is coming to 121 days. 121 days into 200 is coming to 24,200. Okay, then 1st September 14. 1st September 14, how many days? September, you have calculated already. Same number of days you will be getting, 121 days. Repeated, no? Same due date. So into 100, 12,100. And now this is 4th December, no? We got 4th December. 4th December means 31 minus 4, 27 days. 27 into amount is 400. into 400, you're having 10,800. Clear to all of you? Now you can go for balancing of it. So if you look at it, I think debit side is showing more, like clearly product is appearing to be. So what I am writing here, the total of the debit side product is coming to 1,10,400 plus 36,900 is coming to 1,47,300. Okay. Now then 1,47,300 minus, you can see, 24,200 minus 12,100 minus 10,800 minus, you're getting 1,02,000. So 30th September 14, buy balance of product. It is coming to 1,02,000. And just for identifying you, I am writing using red pen in the examination. You are not supposed to do this. 30th September 14 to interest. I have told you balance of product. What is balance of product? 1,02,000 into rate 18% into 1 by 365. I have told you number of days. Balance of product into rate into 1 by 365. So into 18%. You are getting 49.41, rounding off to nearest rupee, that is to be entered in the amount column. So last few classes I have been telling you how to calculate. 600 plus 300, 900 plus 49, 949, 949 minus 300, 200 plus 100, 300 plus 400, 700, 949 minus 700 will be getting 249. This is what is called as buy balance carry down. Okay. This is what we have been seeing. This simple problem we have done already. So then why we have taken this? Because to compare the same problem, today we are doing the same problem with backward method. You should be getting the same answer. That is what you should be looking at. So we will be writing the heading B. We are doing now B part of the question. Product of individual transaction. Product of individual transaction method, or it is also called as product method. I told you epoch method is called as epoch method, or it is also called as backward method. Backward method. Why backward method? I'll explain. Just a minute. First, let me, as it is, we need to copy down date, particulars, then comes due date, due date, due date, then comes number of days, amount, again date, particulars, due date, number of days, amount and product. Okay. Now, as it is, you can copy down, except number of days, we can copy down all those things as it is. Only which will change? Amount. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We can except due date. This will be same. This will be same. This will be same. This will be same. That's it. Don't write due date. So I'm copying down as it is, because I've already explained. We can save time. 1714 to balance brought down. Due date you can write. Due date we can't write. Sorry. Due date we can write the amount. Just a minute. Due date also you can write, but number of days we calculate later on. We can write due date. This is clear. We can write due date and amount. in the study material, sometimes they won't be writing due date opening balance implies, but let us write. So no need to worry. Sometimes when you before preparing the examination, you'll be having these doubts. Sir, in the study material has not written 117 July. Don't bother about it, because for you to calculate, to remember that for every transaction we are writing due date, is a opening balance or anything. So it implies the study material sometimes they'll be doing shortcut method. So I mean they simplify the procedure. So no need to worry about it. So here what I am doing, 1st July 14, amount is how much? 600. Similarly, then I'm having chronologically 30th July, no? 30th July 14, 30th July 14, to sales account, to sales account, 30th August due date. Amount is 300. This is also completed. Next, come back to credit side, 1st August 14. Buy, purchases, for September 14, amount is 200 rupees. Okay. Next, come back to the next one. 1st September 14, buy cash for September 14, amount is 100 rupees. Then buy bills receivable, both December 14, 400 rupees. Okay, so we are doing epoch method. What do you mean by epoch method? Means now we will be calculating number of days from due date to opening date. That's simple. Here, please try to understand. Number of days is being calculated from due date to date of closing. Try to understand. Due date to date of closing the account, or date of sending the account. Here, due date to opening date. That is the epoch method. So here I am writing note. Point number 1, under product method, number of days, that is only the difference. Number of days is calculated from the due date up to the date of sending the statement. Up to the date of sending. Here in up to the date of sending statement means I have not written actually the same thing. Interest up to 31st December 14, no? Here, interest up to, same thing we should write. Interest up to interest up to 31st December. Interest up to 31st December 14 at the rate of 18% per annum. So this is what, up to the date of sending the statement. Okay, now under Point number 2. Under product method, told you heading you can see transaction method, forward method. Number of days calculated. Now, second, this is important. I am writing with the red pen. Under product method, brackets epoch or backward, number of days calculated. Number of days calculated from the due date to the opening balance date. Under product method epoch, number of days calculated from due date under product method epoch, number of days calculated from the due date to the opening balance date. Now it is very clear. Now here number of days 0, no? 1714 to 1714, 0. 30th August to 30th 7. 30th August to 30th 7. Clear to all of you? 30th August. August, how many days are there? Not 30th August, 37. 30th August to, sorry, 1st July. You have to calculate number of days. Opening date is 1st July, no? 30th August to 1st July. Come on, tell me. I told you, you should calculate from due date to opening date. Now here due date to opening date. What is opening date? 1st July. Now, August, how many days? 30. July, how many days? 31. That's it. 61 days. I repeat once again, from this date to 1st July. So, July, how many days are there? 31. 31 plus 30, 61 days. That's it. Simple. 60 here product will be 0. 61 into 300 you can do. Will be getting 18,300. Okay, completed. Now I think you can practice this number of days from 1st September to 1st July. 1st September to 1st July. Come on. 1st September to 1st July means how to calculate, my dear friends. How many days? Let us start from 1st July. July, how many days? 31. August, how many? 31. July, August, and 1st September, no? 1 day you add. 1st September. How many days you are getting? 63 days. I repeat once again, from 1st September to 1st July you have to calculate. 1st September to 1st July means July, how many days are there? 31. And August, how many days are there? 31. 31 plus 31, 62. 62 plus 1st September, 63 days. 63 days into 200. It is coming to 12,600. Okay. Now let us see. This is also same, no? 63 days. So 6,300. Here to all of you. Next. 4th December. Come on. 4th December to 1st July. So 1st July, how many days are there? 31. August, 31. September, 30. October, 31. November, 30. Plus 4 days, December. It is coming to how many days? 157 days. Repeat once again. 1st July, how many days? Come on, tell me. 31. August, 31. September, 30. October, 31. November, 30. December, 4. It is coming to 157 days. 157 days into 400 rupees. How much? 62,800. 62,800. That's it. Then we can write after completion of this. We have to go for product now. Now, before you go to product, one special point you should remember: year ending, that is the closing of the books, 31st December 14. You'll be writing one small one: by balance of product. You'll be writing by balance of product. Sir, what is that by balance of product, sir? I'll tell you. For this, for writing 31st December, you should take the total of this: 600 plus 300, 900. 900 minus 200, 700 minus 100, 600. 600 minus 400, 200 rupees. 200 rupees into number of days you should calculate from 1st July to 31st December 14. That is, 1st July means 31 days. Then August 31, September 30, October 31, November 30, December 31. You will be getting how many days? 184 days. So this is, as I'm giving as third point. We need to find out the balance of amount in the above case is 200, and this amount is multiplied with the number of days from opening balance date to closing balance date. That is 184 days. And that product will be entered in the product column. Now the question, the doubt is, sir, in this problem, generally, this is very rarely we have seen this problem only in IPCC 5 marks long back. But having said, let us prepare for that. Suppose, sir, if the debit side is showing more, if credit side is showing more, then we write two balance of product. That's it. Simple. So balance of product you should write before going for actual balance of product. So here under epoch method, two balance of product I should do. Normal, the balance of product for calculation of balance into product, then actual balance of product to calculate interest. Suppose if credit side is shown more, this will appear on the debit side. That's it. If this is credit side, amount is more. So after finishing of this, what is the step you should do? Compare the amount debit side with credit side. In this case, debit side is showing more, credit side is showing less. That is 200 rupees we are getting. 200 rupees into 184 days, how you are getting? From 1st July 2014 to 31st December, 184 days. Suppose if credit side is 900, debit side is 700, you write two balance of product, 200 into 184 days you will be writing here. Now this is completed. Now this amount where you will be writing 200 into 184, let us see. It is coming to 36,800. This 36,800 I have written here. Where? In product column. So after completion of this 36,800, now what you need to do is that, now come back to actual balance of product. Actual balance of product, now under epoch method, the credit side will be showing more, obviously. Then go for the calculation. 12,600 plus 6,300 plus 62,800 plus 36,800. You will be getting 1,18,500. 1,18,500. Then normally 31st December 14. Now 1,18,500 is showing more, minus 1,18,500 minus 18,300. Much you're getting 1,02,000. No, we got the same product as we got here under which method? Which method? Tell me. Balance of product forward method. But the difference is that you are having this amount on the other side. So here you write to balance of product. This is balancing figure. Now the funniest thing is that interest, generally you can see interest, if you are getting balance of product here on the credit side, interest is calculated on the debit side. No, under backward method, the product which we are writing, the final product, final balance of product, interest also will be written on the same side. It is opposite. That means balance of product, final balance of product, interest will appear on same side. Okay, so that third point I am writing, interest will appear on the side where final balance of product appears. Final balance of product which appears. Under which method we are talking about? These examples are important points under epoch method. Important points. This is, of course, first I have given the comparison. These all are important points on epoch method. Important points on epoch method. Second is epoch method. Third is epoch method. Fourth is epoch method. Clear to all of you? Now, I think the simple thing we already calculated, no, interest 31st December 14, you will be getting same answer to interest 1,02,000 into 18 by 100 to 1 by 365. We already calculated. You are getting 49.41 is nothing but 49 rupees. You will be writing the amount cost. And as it is, come on, tell me, 600 plus 300 plus 49, 949, 949 minus 700, you will be getting 49, 31st December 14 by 949. Clear to all of you? I think you got the same answer. No, you can see 249, interest 49. Here also interest 49, 249. So only the difference is you have to compare between the due date with the opening date. That's it. So I think this is remember, for every problem we can do, but it's a waste of time. Don't worry about much about it. It's a simple topic. Now this seventh is an important model, and after that I wish to take the thing. This I have already given as a homework to you, eighth one. So this is the ninth one I want to take, and I'll tell you 10th problem you can do it, my dear friend. Simple. 10th problem is simple. Balance owing by A Halder. Who is sending account current to be rendered by S Das Gupta to A Halder? That is A Halder in account current with S Das Gupta. Balance owing by A Halder is nothing but debit balance. Am I right? Balance owing by A Halder is nothing but debit balance. I think this problem you can easily work out. It shows debit balance, and remaining things is simple transaction. Only what is that you are having? Bills at 3 months date means 3 grace days you have to add. These things you have done, we have learned for this kind of problem. The 10th also I am giving as homework to you. Okay. Now we are left out with 2 problems. With this we conclude this, and first let me take the 9th problem. Why I am 9th problem I am taking is because you are having few transactions of bills of exchange. From the following transaction took place between X and Y during the month of April, you are required to make out an account current by products method. Products of individual or product method, same, I told you already. Product method, interest tables is different. Here I have explained, product of individual transaction method or product method, both are same. The product is, you will be calculating for individual transactions only, no? You're required to make out an account current by products method to be rendered by X to Y. That means Y in account current with X. Assume 1 year is equal to 365 days. Okay. So we'll go back to this. Then we can discuss each and every one there itself. So since it is in the beginning, you are new to it. What I have done is that I have first given the entries. I think by this time you are comfortable in understanding it. So ninth problem. Y in account current with X. So since previous problem to explain epoch method, forward method, I've written that. No need to write this. Product method is not required to be compulsory for writing everything. Interest is to be calculated at the rate of 10% per annum up to 30th April. Interest up to 30th April 16 at the rate of 10% per annum. So now, as usual, we'll be writing date, particulars, date, particulars, due date, then number of days, amount, product, date, particulars, due date, number of days, amount, product. Okay. Now let us see the date here, transaction. Amount payable by X to Y. First, whenever you are having, I have told you, rendered by X to Y means in the books of X, then you will be having clarity. This is a hint I am giving. The books of X, you are opening which account? Y account. Come on, tell me. Amount payable by X to Y means amount due to Y. Amount due from Y means debit balance. Amount due to Y means credit balance. So, date 1st April 16. Y balance brought down. Now, if nothing is mentioned for all the problems, forward method, don't go for backward method. Confusion, sometimes you may confuse. Unless he is insisting to do epoch method, don't do it. You have to go by forward method only. Y balance brought down. Due date also same, 1/4/14. Amount is 10,000. Okay. Next, received acceptance of X to Y for 2000. Y account. Received acceptance of Y means Y has drawn a bill on us. Received acceptance of X because X has received acceptance of X to Y for 2 months. What do you mean by this? Received acceptance of X to Y. That means who has drawn a bill? You tell me. That means who has accepted? X has accepted means who has drawn a bill? Y has drawn a bill. The entry will be Y account data to bills payable. Clear to all of you? Received acceptance of X means that means the person who is accepting is a drawee. That means who is the drawer? Y. That means Y has drawn a bill on X. So that means we need to make a payment. X need to make a payment. The entry will be Y account data to bills payable. Received acceptance of X. That means we are accepting means we are giving bills payable. So entry will be Y account data to bills payable. Date of transaction you can see 7th April 14 to bills payable. Amount is 5,000 rupees. Now I need to calculate due date. What is the duration of the bill is for 2 months. So 7th April 14, 3 days to is coming to 10th June 14. Okay, 10th June 4. Next. Bills receivable accepted by Y. Bills receivable accepted by Y means the Y is a drawee. We have drawn a bill on 7th February 14. We are in April. Honored on this due date. Honored on this due date means the bill is honored. Why should you write entry? What is the entry for bill honored? Bank account data to bills receivable. Is it affecting personal account? No. So no entry is needed. No entry required. Why? Since the bill has been honored. Now X sold goods to Y. It's simple. That means who is the receiver? Y. Y account data to sales. To sales account. Amount is 15,000. I think the due date has been given like 10th of May. 10th May 14. Then this is X received a check from Y. Entry bank account at R2 and that post dated check. It is called as post dated check. Bank account at R2 Y account. Date 12th. Amount 7,500. He has given post dated check 15th May. Amount is 7,500. So this is called post dated check. Y sold goods. Check is valid for 3 months. Otherwise, after 3 months expiry, it becomes stale check. Y sold goods to X. That means X is purchasing. Clear to all of you? Y sold goods means X is purchasing. Y is the giver means we are buying it. 15. Y purchases. Due date has been given. Due date is 15th May. Here are almost all the transactions we are having after completion of the We are most of the transaction we are having negative. 15th May 16. Amount is 6,000 rupees. X return goods sold. X return goods sold to Y on 15th April. X return goods sold. X returns goods sold to Y means purchase returns. Purchase returns. Am I right? X return goods sold by Y means we have purchased goods from Y. Those goods have been returned. Is called as purchase returns. April 20. To sales returns. Amount is 1000. Now he has given the date. Have you seen? Return goods sold to sold by Y on 15th April. That means 15th April you have purchased, that has been returned. That means the due date will be Y return goods sold by Y on 15th April. 15th April goods sold, Y sold goods means we have purchased, that has been returned. So you should not take 15th April. You should take invoice date as 15th May. Are you following? This is important because you try to understand. The 15th April purchase goods has been returned. Then you should take invoice date of purchase goods, but not 15th April. So what is the invoice date? Tell me. 15th May. You following what I am saying? From where you are returning purchase goods, which is due is on 15th May. So the same due date is applicable. Same due date is applicable for purchase returns also. Whatever the due date which is applicable for purchases, the same duty is applicable for purchase returns also. So it is 15th May 14. 15th May 14. Last transaction. Bills accepted by Y is dishonored on this due date. Bills accepted by Y means we have drawn a bill on B. Okay, here let me give you an explanation. Y dishonored me. Bills receivable dishonored. The entry, you know that. Drawee account. Who is drawee? Y. To bills receivable. This is the entry you have learned in bills of exchange. Bills accepted by Y is dishonored on this due date. The 20th. 20th April is the due date. To bills receivable. Dishonored. Which date? Actually, on this date, the amount is supposed to be paid, that has been dishonored, 20th April. What is the amount we are having? 5,000. In this problem is important problem, my dear friends. You are having lot of red ink. You can see that. The 30th April, no? You can see due date that 10th June. Everything we are having negative. So, first let me write number of days, my dear friends. 10th June, no? April. April means May 31. 31 plus 10. How many days you will be having? 41 days. 41 days. Clear to all of you? We are having 41 days. Like that you can calculate number of days for each transaction. This 41 days we are getting negative, no? Then next 10th May. 10th May means April. How many days you are getting negative? 10 days. 15th May. How many days you are getting negative? 15 days. Because it is after 30th April, no? 20th April. So for all negative, we will be using indicating with red color, no? Red ink in. Okay. Here we won't be writing product. This will be written on the opposite side. I have told you already. Product will be written which side? Opposite side. Okay. So 20th April 14. This is positive 10 days. positive 10 days. No reading. Just to explain you why we used to call reading means we used to mark with red whenever you are getting negative. That is why it used to be called as reading. 1 4 14. 1 4 14 means how many days? 30 days positive. Okay. Then 15th May, how many days? 15 days after expiry, it is negative. Here also it is again here also negative. And negative we used to indicate with red color, red ink. Now simple. Only positive you should write product here. So 10 into 5, 5,000, 50,000. For quick identification, I'm using red ink here, red pen. Right. Then here, if positive we are having 30. 30 into 10,000, we are having 3 lakhs. Now I told you in the last class that whenever you are having red ink negative, we'll be writing the red ink on the opposite side. So 30th April 14, all these items will come onto the credit side. By red ink product you write. It is also called as red ink product. As per contra, you can write. Contra means opposite. You can write as per contra also. You can you can write red ink product, but you can also write as per contra. So 5,000 into 41. 5,000 into 41, if you multiply, you'll be getting 2,05,000. 2,05,000. Next again, this you should write. Same date. By red ink product as per contra. Red ink product as per contra, it is coming to 15,000 into 10. 1,50,000. Then by red ink product red ink product as per contra, 1,000 into 15. 15,000. Now come back to debit side. These two negatives will appear on the debit side. 30th April 14, red ink product. In the examination, you do the problem horizontally. Now don't do vertically. Here I can't do on the screen. I'm having congesting, because to do this, to red ink product as per contra, you can see 7,500 into 15 days. 7,500 into 15 days, if you do, you'll be getting 1,21,500. Let's check. 1,500 is 1,12,500. 1,12,500. Next again, to red ink product, whenever you're getting negative, you should write on the opposite. I told you that is being called as contra, as per contra. Come on, how many days you can see? 15 into 6,000. 90,000. This is completed. Now normal way of doing the problem. Okay. How to do, sir? Which side is showing more? I think here in this problem, credit side is showing more. Product is credit side is showing. Go for totaling of it. 3 lakhs, 2 lakh 5,000 plus start doing 1 lakh 50,000 plus 15,000. You'll be getting 6 lakhs. See, 3 lakhs plus 2 lakh 5 lakh 5,000, 5 lakh 5,000, 6 lakh 65, 6 lakh 50, 65 plus 15, 6 lakh 17,000 is the total. 6 lakh 70,000 is the total. 6 lakh 70,000 minus 50,000. Take the correct minus 50,000 minus 1 lakh 12,500 minus 90,000. We'll be getting 4 lakh 17,500. This I am right. To balance of product. But the first time you are getting product credit side is more. So now interest will be written on the credit side, no? By interest, I think you all are aware of it. By interest, 4,17,500 into 10 by 100, 10% has been given into 1 by 365. You are getting interest of 114 point. If he is not asking to round off rupee, you should not to round off rupee. You can write fraction also. I think problem is that he is not given to nearest rupee. So we got 114.38. Now we need to see which side amount is showing more. The interest product is showing on the credit side for the first time, but the amount which side is showing more? Credit side is showing more, debit side is showing more. This is what I was telling you. Interest may appear on the credit side. It doesn't mean that balance also has to be more on the credit side. Balance can be, the amount column can be debit side more or credit side more. So far, whatever the problems you have seen, product is also more on the debit side, amount is also more on the debit side. Here product is more on the credit side because number of days factor. Amount is more on the debit side. So we have to go as it is. The amount you can see, amount column, it is coming to 5 plus 15, 20, 21, 26. 26. From 26,000 you keep on deducting 10,000 minus 7,500 minus 6,000 minus 114.38. We're getting by balance carry down as 2,385.2. So this is one more important point. Product is showing more on the credit side, amount is showing more on the debit side. In previous problems, product and amount both are showing on the debit side. So this is what I told you. Product may show credit side more, but amount may show debit side. That's it. So this is a very good problem. Keep on practicing. Think you can able to do it. So far we have been discussing two methods. These two methods have been completed. Now only one problem that is being left out. That is what we will be discussing now. Okay, now we can see the problem left out. That is sixth problem. Roshan has a current account with a partnership firm. It has debit balance of 75,000 as on 1st July 2012. He has given that is withdrawing the money, is depositing the money into business. Is depositing the money and is withdrawing the money. Okay, is a partnership firm, maybe financing partnership firm. Like it's like I told you, banks generally they will be following this. We have discussed in the beginning. Just a minute. By means of product balances, I told you financing companies like banks, etc., they will be following this method. Financing companies like banks, they'll be following called as means of product balances. Means of product balances means for debit balance interest will be different, credit balance difference will be different. That is why we have to calculate debit balances separately, credit balance separately. Previously, for debit and credit interest was same, but here for debit balances interest will be different, credit balance interest will be different. That will be seeing in today's class. Okay, so that is, with that we can conclude this straight chapter. So this is what we are having. Deposit. On deposit you can see, show Roshan account in the ledger of the firm. Interest to be calculated 10% on debit balance and 8% on credit balance. You are required to prepare account current as on 30th September. So show Roshan account in the ledger. That is what is asking. Show Roshan account in the ledger. So show Roshan account in ledger means in the books of partnership you are preparing Roshan account. So the heading will be Roshan in current account with. Problem number 6th problem. We write heading here, Roshan in account current with partnership firm. Partnership firm you can see as on 30th September 2012. As on 30th September 2012. Just a minute. Then after that, how we have to write the format is the important thing. In the meanwhile, just you can glance the problem, how we have to prepare this. Normally, we are having debit balance separately, credit balance separately. No, so we need to have the product also in different way. We need to have product also in different way. How, sir? I'll tell you. It is just like a running form of balance account. This I have explained in the ledger. Date, particulars, the format is bit different. We write withdrawals. Then next column we write debit, deposits, like bank passbook, balance. Then you write number of days. Then you write debit product and credit product. Say simple words. When you are withdrawing, it is debited. Now normally whenever your partnership business also, partner is withdrawing, we debit his account. Whenever amount is deposited, it is credited. This is debit and credit. So I'll tell you with explanation one by one. What is the date? Opening balance 75,000. As a debit balance means unfavorable balance. So 1st July 2012, you write date. Debit balance means to balance brought down. That amount you will be writing in the balance column. 75,000 you indicate with a debit. Now number of days you should calculate depending upon the next transaction. Please try to understand. First, what is that I have written here? Opening balance I have written debit balance, no? Just like your passbook, my dear friends, you can recollect yourself. Debit balance, to balance brought down, balance is debit. Whenever amount is withdrawn, you debit. Whenever amount is deposited, you credit. Now these three things I'll explain. Just a minute. Up to this, I think it is clear to all of you. 1st July 2012, opening balance, debit balance. Then to calculate number of days, this number of days for this transaction, we need to see the next transaction chronologically. What is the next transaction? Let us see. 14 July is the next transaction. This is deposited. So what I do, 14 July, how much has been deposited? 1,38,000. 14th July 2012, whenever there is a deposit, we write by cash. Cash account data to Roshan current account. And that deposit is to be created, 1,38,000. Now, before I explain this, now this debit balance was there from 1st July to 14th July. Try to understand. 75,000. This is running form of balance. They see debit balance is, even banks also they calculate like that. Now further, whenever, because you don't have that kind of time to verify, but actually this is how they do it. This amount is there from 1st July to 14th July. That means how many days it is there? 14 July minus 1st July, 13 days debit balance. So now product. So whenever you are calculating number of days, the current day transaction date and next day transaction date, the difference between these two dates is called as number of days. That is 1st July and 14th July. 1st July and 14th July, 13 days. Now you can go for product. 75,000 into 13. You are getting 9,75,000 as a product. Clear to all of you? 9,75,000 as a product. Then 75,000 debit balance. When you deposit, what happened? Your debit balance will come down, no? 1,38,000. Simple words. When you deposit money into bank, what happened? Unfavorable will become favorable. When deposit is more than unfavorable. You are getting 63,000. Which balance this is? Credit balance. Now to write the number of days, I need to see the next transaction. What is the next transaction? After 14/7, chronologically, if you say 29th July. 29th July. 29th July. Now this time 29th July, what happened? Withdrawal, no? So to cash, or some people they write self also. To cash. What is the amount that is being withdrawn? I think 97,000 has been withdrawn. 90s. Now let me calculate number of days. I told you, writing number of days, this credit balance was there from 14th July to 29th. 29 minus 14. How many days? 15 days. Are you following? The 63,000 rupees balance is there from 14 July to 29th July. That means 15 days this balance. So 63,000 credit balance. Credit balance product will be written on the credit side. This we have not done in the previous day. The reason is that why we have to do like this? Why can't we do the same way we have done? Because rate of interest is different for debit product and credit product, then we should follow. When rate of interest is same for even bank account also, we can calculate our financing activities also, we can calculate like the problems which are worked out in the previous cases. Okay, now 1,38,000 credit balance minus 97,000. You're getting 34,000, no? Not 1 lakh, not 1,30,000. 63,000. 63,000 is the credit balance, no? 63,000 is credit balance, and your withdrawal is more than your balance. So you are having negative balance. 34,000 debit balance you are having. Now number of days again is depending upon next transaction. What is the next transaction date? You can see after 29th, there's a deposit on 18th August. 18th August, what is deposit? 22,000. So here I am writing 18th August 2012 by cash deposit in credit side, deposit 22,000. Now again, you have to see the difference between 29/7, 18th August. 29th June and 29th July and 18th August means here 29 balance of days, July 2 days, 2 plus 18, 20 days. You following? So 34,000 into 20 days. It is coming to 6,80,000 debit product. Last one. This is. Now if you see 34,000 debit, 22,000 credit. So still which is showing more? Debit is showing more. Debit is showing more by how much? 12,000. And to calculate again number of days, I need to have next transaction. Next transaction is 9th September withdrawal. 11,000. Whenever there is a withdrawal, we should write to cash. How much has been withdrawn? 11,000. 11,000 has been withdrawn. Okay, then we need to calculate the number of days. Number of days is different between 18th August and 9th September. 18th August means how many days are there in August? 31. 31 minus 18, you will be having balance is how much? 13 days. 13 days plus 9 days is coming to 22 days. 22 days. So 12,000 into 22 is coming to 2,64,000 debit product. Then that's okay. Now sir, what is the balance? 12,000 debit and again withdraw 11,000. So 12 plus 11, 23,000 debit balance. That means Roshan needs to make a payment to as on this date to to partnership firm. Now the question is that when you are sending the statement, you can see 30th September. So then what happened for calculation of number of days, I'll be writing here 30th September 2012. Number of 2 days. To calculate the number of days, I need to have the closing balance. Okay, my dear friends. Now 9th September to 30th September, generally you will be saying 21 days. But let me tell you, for last transaction, the 30th September date is also to be included. Normally 9th to 30th September means you can either excluding 9th day or excluding 30 days, but inclusive of this dates. That means 9th, from 9th September it is changing. So 9th September to 30th September means you can count including 30. If you count, you will be getting 22 days. Simple words. You calculate 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 19, 20, 21, 24, 25, 26, 29, 30. How many days you are getting? 22 days. Generally, how to remember, sir? 9 September to 30th September, 21 days. No, for closing balance, add 1 day. First, you see the difference. 9th September to 30th September, 21 days. You take it as blindly, you can follow. 1 day is to be added. I am repeating once again. 9th September to 30th September, 21 days. No, for closing balance, you add 1 day. You add 1 day. So come on, 23,000 into 22 days. 23,000 into 22. I told you last day 1 day is to be added. For closing balance, 1 day is to be added. So 23,000 into 22. How much you'll be getting? 5,06,000 debit product. I'll fill up this gap just a minute. Now after completion of this, what I need to do is that I need to find out the total product. Debit side total. 6,000 plus 6,80,000 plus 9,70,000. You're getting 24,25,000. And here you are getting 9,45,000. $24,25,000 and 9,45,000. Now I need to calculate interest on debit product. We got in debit product interest rate is different, no? 10% on debit balance, 8% on credit balance. Generally, your deposit interest will be less, your withdrawal interest will be more. Interest on debit balance, interest on debit product, formula same. Product, total debit product into rate to 1 by 365. Similarly, interest on credit product. Total credit product into rate into 1 by 365. This is what we should do. So now, here I am writing. Interest on debit product. $24,25,000 into, we can see the rate of interest 10% into 1 by 365. It is coming to 664 rupees. Approximately, I am rounding off 664 rupees. Next, interest on credit product. 9,45,000 into, he has given percentage, you know that debit product 8% has been, credit product 8%, debit product 8% has been. Debit product 10%, credit product has given 8%. 8 by 100. 1 by 365. 9,45,000. 8% by 360. We're getting 207.12. I'm writing 207. Now I think now we can go for balancing. Which product is showing more? Debit interest is showing more. 457 debit interest. Credit interest is more or debit interest is more? Debit interest is more. When debit interest is more, here I am writing now to interest, where in which column? Debit column, 457. So now it has become 23,000 plus 457, 23,457 including interest. Get all of you? Including interest. This is how you have to work out the problem. So last transaction date, whenever we are having, we can calculate like this. Now if you want to, some people they also go for totaling of it to write a balance carried on. I think it is confusing, but if you are capable of doing it, you can do it. How, sir? Just like the way we go for balancing, no, the same thing we'll be writing it. Total, if you look at this, 97,000 plus 11,000. Calculator, 97,000 plus 11,000 plus 457. You are getting 1,08,450. 1,07. The 75,000 balance that I have not written. Even you can write, you write 75,000 also here. Okay, for just going for balancing of debit and credit columns, you should also go for this one also, debit amount. If you want to go for balance, the whatever I have done, that is okay. If you want got the time, you can work out the 75,000 also, you can write on the debit side, and then to go for just like ledger balancing, you'll be getting total of 1,83,450. 1,83,457. Want to write like this by balance. Generally they don't do like this in the banks, just they will be having running form. But if you want to really do like a ledger, because in the study material they are working out like this, to avoid confusion I am writing this, or else you can stop here only. You can stop here only. Since to get the balance, this debit balance also I am writing in debit column. Now 1,83,457 minus 1,38,000 minus 22,000 is coming to 23,457. Same as this, no? Same thing. Which balance it is showing? Debit balance. Buyer balance carried on appearing on the credit side means it shows which balance? Debit balance. So what is the difference between this and the other problems so far we have seen? The difference is that here, since the rate of interest for debit product and credit products is different, we have to go for by means of product, by means of product balances. But product balances we should work out. This is what I have told you here. This problem has also been completed. So almost except today we have done 3 problems, and I have told you to, and out of this is a 9th is important one. I told you And whatever we have done, this is also important model. Seventh is important model. Please remember, sixth is important model, and we are having same problem. We know the account current with Allahabad Bank. It is there in the study material. You can see that also. These three problems today's classes, all problems are important. Older problem that you can do simple only. All the problems have been completed. But the name of this method I have told you, the whatever we have done is called as a means of product balances. Because why we are having means of product balances? Because debit rate of interest is different, credit rate of interest is different. So let me conclude once again by telling this. How to calculate the number of days, sir? Difference between these two transaction is the interest. Difference between these two dates is interest. Difference between these two is the days. Difference between the current transaction, following transaction is the number of days. Okay. But last transaction I have told you, closing balance. First you find out difference, you add 1 day. First find out the difference, you add 1 day. 9th September to 30th September, you are getting 21 days. Since it is a closing balance, that 1 day also to be added, because that day also to be considered, because on that day also in future you need to calculate interest. That is why the closing date also including for calculation of interest. This was the recently they have updated. Previously they used to take 21 days. 21 days. This was their practice for more than 20 years. And that has been corrected nowadays. So please remember, I think you can easily work out. Last one, I repeat once again, which one point you should remember. For last closing date is given, last transaction closing date, we need to add 1 day. I repeat once again, last transaction closing date, first find out the difference, that is 21 days, add 1 day. Okay, this is the point you should remember. Then after getting it, you have to go for interest on debit product, total product into rate by 100 into 1 by 360. Then you compare between the debit interest and credit interest. If debit interest is more, we are writing on the debit side. If credit interest is more, suppose you write by interest which will appear on the credit column. And this is not required. This is not mandatory. You can stop doing the problem there itself also. But if you want to go for balancing, they just like, then generally passbook, you don't have these kind of things. They'll be sending the statement like this. But if you want to really do the balance also, what is that you should do, my dear friends? You also should write the opening balance in debit column. That if it is credit balance, sir, you write in credit deposit column. Only for balancing. Otherwise, for balance, no need to write in withdrawals or deposits. So I've explained two ways, whichever is convenient. Simple thing. Don't confuse. I don't have so much thought on this. What I have done, just like ledger balancing, I have done. If you don't want to do ledger balancing, leave it. Leave it. Don't write this debit balance here. When to write debit balance here? When you want to go for ledger balancing, the way we do the difference between debit and credit, then we should write that. Otherwise, this 223,457 is reflecting in balance. No, I think to sometime they be study material, they'll be doing too much. Not required. Running form of statement to require this, not required. To explain you everything. Then I'll do one thing. So this I'll be taking out so that there will not be any problem to. Even you don't write balance also. Okay. This I've already explained what the study material has done. So I think this you can stop here the problem. Okay. Because time management is the key. But even if you write that also, there's nothing wrong in that. If you are not going for balancing, don't write 75. Correct. So come on. 23,000 plus 457, 23,457. This is simple. Or if you want to go for balancing, I've already written is there. If you want, you can also see your study material. This problem is there in the practice questions, and we know the Allahabad Bank is also there in the illustrations part. Okay, so I've explained you both the things. If you are having, I think this is simple, you can stop here. Or if you want to go for totaling of it also, I've told you, then we should write by balance, you should write, and this 75,000 also debit balance you have to write. Sir, if it is credit balance, sir, you write on the credit side. That's it. Okay, my dear friends. I think I hope you all are following this. So with this, let me conclude this chapter. Let me conclude this chapter, and with this the syllabus has been completed. So I wish all of you a very good luck, and I hope keep on practicing. You can do well, score well. I wish and I hope you will be to the next level CA Inter very soon. Right? God bless you all. Thank you. And whenever you got doubts, you keep on sending me messages so that I'll try to answer your doubts. Okay. In this case, last conclusion, since debit side is product is showing more, we are getting debit interest more. Credit side is product more, then credit interest. Credit interest means you should write by interest. And even though you are having debit interest, credit is more means what happened? The amount will be subtracted. Suppose 23,000 we are having 457 credit. Then what happened? 23,000 will come down because of credit interest. Since it is debit interest, it is having debit product, debit balance. Debit balance has further increased. This is debit, this is debit. Where you are written here, debit column, no? This is debit, this is debit. That is why, which is more? Interest, the balance is more. Okay. So, if it is debit is, this is debit balance, interest is credit. Suppose interest is credit. Then what happen? The debit balance will come down. Because whenever there is a credit, debit balance will come down. Whenever a debit balance, if there is debit, debit balance will increase. Whenever credit balance, if it is a credit, increases. Credit balance, if there is a debit, it decreases. Simple. Credit is deposit, debit is withdrawal. Okay. So good luck. We'll meet in the next class. Okay. Thank you very much. God bless you.